Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i kontynuujemy The Uncertain Light at the End. Dobra, dotarliśmy z powrotem do domu, udało nam się zdobyć leki przeciwgorączkowe dla Wery. Nie podoba mi się to, że na ekranie jest kursor, ale może za chwilę zniknie.
Park is a lifesaver, and the only reason I'm not still back at the drugstore. Park?
What's up, Em?
Zapytaj o samopoczucie, wyjdź, zapytaj o tablet, zapytaj o aptekę.
How you doing? You look pleased.
I am. Claire's pancakes are amazing. Just like the ones they used to serve in the university cafeteria. So good. Almost enough to make you forget you're hiding from killer robots. Come to think of it, why aren't you eating?
Maybe later. My appetite's still playing catch up, I guess. Just leave some for me, okay?
I'll try, but no promises.
Hey, we should keep an eye out for a new tablet. Yours is like 100 years old.
Nah, I'm good. This tablet and I have been through a lot together. Plus, it reminds me of my dad. I used to mess around making music, working the counter at the store.
Right. Sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
That's okay. The tablet might be old, but it does everything I need. The music editor is decent, and it's still great for movies and books. Holds a charge for a few weeks, too. What more could I ask for? Don't answer that.
So, how was your morning?
Let's put it this way. Telling the story is better than living it.
That bad, huh? We've gotten out of worse.
Like the freight car incident? Don't remind me.
Who knew the driver would take off so soon? It took us forever to get back home. Alright, I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Bon appetit.
Yeah, thanks.
No okej.
Alex. He's either venting or tinkering with some project. Actually, it's usually both. Maybe it's a coping mechanism for the phantom pain. I could give him those painkillers I found at the drugstore.
No w sumie to czemu nie?
I'm busy. What do you need?
Alex, I found some painkillers at the drugstore. Maybe they could help you with your leg?
Leg pain requires having a leg, Emily. You'd be idiotic to waste painkillers on a phantom limb.
Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't...
Knock it off, Alex. The girl's just trying to help.
Fine, give him here. I'm sure someone can make use of him. Maybe Matt after I put my only remaining foot up his ass. Now go on, give me some peace and quiet. I got a lot of work to do.
Co za niemiły gościu, zapytaj o samopoczucie.
Just wanted to check in. Is your leg giving you any trouble?
Oh, isn't that sweet? Yeah, I'm just peachy. Now why don't you go fawn over someone who needs it? I told you, I'm busy.
Zaoferuj pomoc.
Claire said you needed me for something?
Yeah, maybe you can help me. My damn stump's been aching ever since I woke up. It's driving me nuts, sucking the strength right out of me. Here, use this thing to open the drawer by the kitchen and bring me the decoder.
Okay. What does it look like?
Well, it's a electronic thingamajig. You'll figure it out. Go on now.
No okej. Musimy przynieść dekoder. Tu też coś jest. Obudź Briana na kolację, zakładając, że w ogóle spał. Użyj lutownicy na akumulatorze. Zrób awanturę Mattowi za zabranie narzędzi. Okej. Dodano notatkę. Lista zadań.
Claire's just the best. She always makes time for others and does her best to keep us all happy. Makes you wonder how she ended up married to Alex.
Emily, shouldn't you be resting? I thought you wanted a nap.
Zgłoś się do pomocy.
Yeah, but need any help? I mean, I can see you've already got your hands full here.
Oh no, that's all right. You've done more than enough already. I can handle it. Go get some rest.
Claire, this is a little forward, but there's something I'd like to ask, if that's okay.
Zapytaj o Alexa, zapytaj o innych, zapytaj o incydent. Jaki incydent?
I'm curious. How did you escape? During the incident, I mean.
Not a pleasant memory. Alex rushed home from work on his lunch break, frantic, yelling at me to pack my things right away. I remember him telling me that the robot cops had gone crazy, just grabbing people off the streets for no reason. At first, I didn't believe him. The weird thing about Alex, he's really good at his job, but he's never really liked robots. He wouldn't let us get one of our own. Said it was because he knew too much about them. Honestly, I thought he was pulling some stupid prank, which was unusual. I didn't really believe it until I saw it with my own eyes as we were driving out of the city.
You took an aero car? Weren't they all offline that day?
Actually, we had an old-school electric car. Rare, I know, but I'm afraid of flying, and Alex liked to tinker with it. Kept it up real nice, washed and painted like new. Anyway, we quickly grabbed a few things and then went to pick up Brian.
I see. And then? Why didn't you try to get out of the city?
That was the plan, until we blew out one of the tires, and spares aren't exactly easy to find these days. And that's how we ended up here. So what about you?
Not a lot to tell, really. I was headed out to grab some laundry when everything went black. And when I came to, there wasn't a soul in sight. When I got back to my place, my homebot was surprised to see me. He kept spouting nonsense, something about the war and humanity going extinct. Something was obviously wrong. With the robots, I mean. So I set out to find Marta on the other side of town. She's my sister.
Did you find her?
No. I like to think she saved herself, made it out somehow, but...
Zapytaj o Alexa.
You and Alex, well, you're
probably wondering how I wound up married to a guy like him.
Well, not exactly.
No, it's okay. Believe it or not, Alex wasn't always quite so abrasive. 30 years ago, he was a completely different person. A robotics technician with a promising career. And I was just a country girl, really. And madly in love. Some people just change. But either way, I'm not complaining. I made a promise to stay with him. For better or worse.
Zapytaj o innych. A Alex pewnie zrobił się taki szorstki, bo stracił nogę.
What can you tell me about the others? Park and I haven't had much time to get to know everyone.
Honestly, I doubt I'll be telling you anything you don't already know. Alex is grouchy as hell. Take it from me. But he's a hard worker and a devoted husband. Don't mind his thorns. He's a good guy deep down. He's just been through a lot.
We all have, yeah. He kind of reminds me of my Uncle Owen, actually. Only content when he had something to complain about. What about Olga?
We found Olga in an abandoned house last winter. She was scared and freezing. Oh my gosh, she could barely stand. She later told us that the rest of her group had been captured. She'd managed to hide, but ended up pregnant and alone in such a cold, dangerous city. I can't even imagine what it took for her to survive. We brought her to our camp, gave her food and shelter, and she stayed. And then Vera was born. Raising a child these days is especially tough, but we're all one big family here. Brian's our village elder, wise and calm, and he really knows his way around electronics, too. Alex shared a hospital room with him, back before everything went to hell, and they became fast friends. A lot in common, those two. And I'm not just talking about surviving the incident. I don't really know that much about Matthew. Between you and me, there's something about him I don't like. He obviously wants to be a leader, bosses everyone around, but he's short on brains and wisdom, which is probably why he's always butting heads with Alex. He followed some tracks into our camp a couple of months ago and saw light coming from inside. Started snooping around and ended up scaring the hell out of us. Long story short, he decided to make himself at home.
To be fair, he does his fair share for the group. He goes on supply runs, brings back food. Still, Matt's kinda weird. I try to stay away from him, and so should you. I've seen him holding his head, rubbing his temples with his fingers. Maybe that has something to do with why he's always so, charming?
Well, we women are good at making excuses for our men. I understand what made Alex the way he is. So I put up with his swearing and grumbling, and the occasional mockery.
That's all I got. Thanks for the chat.
Sprawdź, ale co takiego?
Tell me, what do you think of this place? How are you doing?
Here in the city's outskirts, there are hardly any robots. Plus it's warm and dry. All in all, it's not too bad. All this place needs are a few repairs and some cleanup to make it a good, proper home.
It has to be hard on you moving from place to place. I mean, there's a whole city up there, and here we are underground. Literally. I just miss having a place to call home.
I know exactly what you mean. For years, Alex and I lived in this house my father-in-law gave us. Just a tiny old place, but we always worked hard to keep it in good shape. Nothing fancy, but it was cozy, and it was ours.
That sounds lovely, Claire.
Oh, but you should have seen it when we first moved in. Cracks, mold, and spider webs everywhere. We actually considered selling it, but you know Alex. He insisted on fixing it up. And then, well, we got too attached to sell. I wish I could go back there, but I know I'll probably never see it again.
Przeproś, udostępnij, wesprzyj. Wesprzymy.
Don't worry, you'll see it again. I'm sure of it. We'll talk later, okay? I need to get these meds to Olga.
Of course, please do.
Dobra, porozmawialiśmy z wszystkimi domownikami. Dowiedzieliśmy się co nieco o tutejszych mieszkańcach. Kubek z kawą.
Locked.
Zamknięte. Czy to tutaj znajdziemy ten dekoder? Chyba tak, chyba o to chodziło. Dokładnie. Dobra. Taka płytka z jakimiś stykami. Family food. Coś chyba nie do końca się wyświetla. Ale dobra, ta gazetka chyba nas nie interesuje.
There's a boiler room back there. If we could just get this all out of the way. Is this it, Alex?
Uh-huh. Hang on a sec. Help me out. Come on, give me a hand. Yeah, well, naturally, connecting the encrypted memory cells on this old thing is going to take some trial and error.
What?
Such a pain dealing with you dilettantes. Look, you got an eye for design, right? Just arrange the pixels so that the various colors aren't repeated, horizontally or vertically. You got me?
I'll try.
Okej, czyli mamy kolejną łamigłówkę. Umieść wskaźniki kolorów tak, aby kolory nie powtarzały się w pionie ani w poziomie. Czyli nie mogą powtarzać się ani w pionie, ani w poziomie. Aha, mogę to zamienić miejscami. No dobra. Czyli tu mamy dobrze. Wiecie co, przypomina mi to taką gierkę. Kurde, nie pamiętam jak się nazywała, ale za czasów PRL-u miałem takie plastikowe pudełeczko i też wkładałem kolory, takie małe pionki wielkości zapałek. Wkładało się właśnie w takie miejsca i też nie mogły się powtarzać kolory. No okej, czyli tu się zgadza. Żółty, niebieski. Powiedzmy tutaj damy żółty. Zielony tutaj może być. Czerwony tutaj nie może być, więc tu byśmy dali powiedzmy niebieski. Tutaj dalibyśmy różowy. Okej, to też się zgadza. Ale zobaczcie, tu się powtarza, a mimo to się zgadza. A nie mogą się powtarzać w pionie, ani w poziomie. No ale dobra, skoro się zgadza, no to niech będzie.
All right, connection established. Just go relax. I'll handle the rest.
Sounds good. Let us know what you find.
No dobra, zajęło mi to troszeczkę więcej czasu niż myślałem, ale w końcu się udało. Mogę położyć się spać.
This picture's one of the few things I have left. Mom and Dad, Marta, I miss you so much.
O, czyli tak wygląda nasza matka i ojciec oraz siostra. Smutny to.
Olga, I can't even imagine what it must take raising a child the way things are. And what about her father? Here, Olga. We managed to find the meds.
Oh, thank you, Emily. Little Vera's fever has made it so hard for her to sleep.
I hope this does the trick.
Посмотрим. We'll see. Her cough it's very bad. When she wakes, I'll give her some of that medicine. But please, let her sleep for now.
Well, we're all really hoping that... where'd this crib come from?
Brian found it on one of the upper floors while you were away. I'm sad we'll need to leave it behind, eventually. It's not exactly portable.
Okay, well, try and get some rest. Actually, I'm about to do the same.
Okay, thank you. And to Park too. I hope the medicine helps.
No dobra. Czyli wychodzi na to, że lekarstwa przekazaliśmy automatycznie. Spróbuję się przespać. Prześpij się. Nie kładź się jeszcze chwilę.
Sleep tight, Emily. After a day like that, you deserve a little time for yourself.
Troszeczkę nabierzemy sił, mam przynajmniej taką nadzieję. Ale to jest ogólnie smutne. Mieszkamy pod miastem, z dala od wszystkiego. Okej. Czyli wychodzi na to, że śnimy. Wow. Przypominają mi się takie horrory psychodeliczne. Są drzwi. O kurde. Już myślałem, że będę mógł do nich podejść, otworzyć je, a one cały czas się odsuwają. Czy to jest jakiś horror? Co takiego? Aha, zwykła lampa, tak? Która ma oświetlać mi drogę. Nie było napisane, że ta gra jest horrorem. Mam nadzieję, że za chwilę nie wyskoczą mi jakieś straszydła, ani inne potwory. O kurde. Kuchenka gazowa. Dobra, wiecie co? Wydaje mi się, że to jest coś w rodzaju wspomnień. Emily sobie przypomina to, jak mieszkała w domu. I wszystko jest strasznie oddalone. Okej, łazienka. Czyli mieliśmy już nawiązanie do kuchni, do łazienki, prawdopodobnie do jakiegoś pokoju. Kącik rozrywki. Emily pewnie tęskni za codziennością. Dobra. Biurko. Być może tęskni za pracą. Jeszcze nie da się dojść do drzwi. No, ten robocik nie wygląda jak tym, którym graliśmy. Okej. I słychać jakiś głos w tle, który mnie cały czas woła. Emily. Dobra, zmieniło się otoczenie. Mamy inny korytarz, a ze ścian wychodzą jakieś ręce. Przypomina mi się ten horrorek, który grałem ostatnim razem, gdzie grało się uczniem z depresją. Bardzo podobne lokacje. O kurde, wiecie co? Ja nie wiem, czy ja mam tam iść, czy muszę jednak spierdzielać. Gonił mnie jakiś robot. Albo przynajmniej biegł w naszą stronę. Emilin, masz naprawdę straszne sny. Nic przyjemnego. Ale widać, że doświadczenie życiowe sprawiło, że cierpisz. Masz depresję. Okej, jacyś ludzie. No, nie do końca.
Emily, it's already noon. Wake up before you sleep the day away. Matthew's bringing lunch soon.
Okay, wait. I really slept for that long?
Już myślałem, że odzyskamy siły. No, ale po takim koszmarze raczej wątpię, żebyśmy byli odpoczęci.
Well, someone looks inspired. Park looks like he's lost in his music. I'll leave him to it and ask to have a listen later.
Zdjęcie już przeglądaliśmy.
I shouldn't bother her. He puts on a brave face, but Brian's not getting the sleep he needs. And it shows.
No co, jest to starszy gościu.
Hey Brian, how you feeling? Sleep well?
Hello, little Emily. Don't worry. At my age, it's perfectly normal.
I found some sleeping pills today. Could that help?
Not familiar with this brand. Of all the meds I've tried, none seem to help. Hopefully, these will actually do the trick. Thank you. I almost forgot. I've got a surprise for you. After you make some hot tea for the old man.
A surprise? 1 cup of tea coming up.
No dobra. Staruszek wygląda, jakby był bezdomny. Ale chcę, żebyśmy zrobili mu herbatki. No czemu nie?
Hey Matt, find anything interesting?
Yeah. Small stuff. Canned food, mostly. A lot of it's expired, though. I say, we use Alex as a guinea pig.
Are you taking requests? Find me a can of drink pink and I'll owe you. Big time. Matthew's a little off, like his head's halfway in the clouds. The others don't like him much, but I can't exactly pin down why.
Po prostu jest zbyt pewny siebie i chciałby tutaj rządzić. No ale okej, naszym głównym zadaniem jest przygotowanie herbatki. Póki co troszkę nudny ten odcinek. Nic się za dużo nie dzieje, ale przynajmniej mamy możliwość poznania lokatorów tego obozowiska.
Your tea, sir.
Splendid work, little Emily. Here's a tip.
O kurde, co to takiego?
My watch! You fixed it! Thank you!
Here you go. It took some tinkering, but I was able to disable the antenna and navigation modules, so no one can track you. Other than that, the watch is like new. Splendid. Now, let's talk about this morning, and then our plans for the future. After what happened in the drugstore today, Alex and I decided that some extra protection against robots would be wise. I won't keep you in suspense. I drafted a blueprint for a very powerful taser. However, it's only useful at close range. Simply put, a single charge should be able to fry a robot's circuitry to a crisp. It won't be of much use if you get swarmed. It doesn't have that kind of power, but it should be able to bring down a single bot and buy you some time to get away.
That's great, but I'm guessing you can't just make one out of rags and cardboard. Which means you're sending me somewhere dangerous to scavenge for parts, right?
Not so dumb after all, are you, Matt? Brian will give you the list of parts. Take Emily or Park with you. You'll find everything you need in any decent electronics store.
Sounds like our best bet is Geek Spot. It's a couple of hours on foot. There's a big parking lot out front. All those abandoned aero cars will make it easy to hide.
Well then, that seems like the obvious choice. Both of you should get packed and head out while it's still light out.
Hold on. I just got back. Can't this wait? It'll be dark soon.
Stop testing my nerves, boy. I'll get off your back as soon as you get going. Do what you're told and get the hell out of here.
Enough! Enough, Matthew. We really need you to find those parts. I have a feeling that taser will come in quite handy. We'll talk more when you get back.
Fine, fine. I just don't understand why this old jerk gets to order us around like he's the boss or something.
You're such an asshole. When I get my leg fixed, you better start running.
Stop it, Alex. You should be ashamed.
How else am I supposed to talk to this punk so that he understands? Who does he think he is, huh?
I think we'd better get going, like now.
Okay, yeah. I could really use some fresh air, away from these freaking old farts.
Park, I don't suppose you've got another round for the flare gun? It could be useful.
Park w ogóle nie słucha. Zajęty swoim graniem i słuchaniem muzyki. A jednak... Czyli będziemy mieli paralizator. Niestety, działa tylko z bliska. To może być trudne.
I mean, I am done with all his yelling. Telling us what to do. I mean, who made him king? I was just looking forward to getting some rest.
I don't know. Alex could work on his delivery, sure, but a lot of what he has to say seems smart.
Oh, come on, Emily. Are you serious? You really think he's the best one to lead us? There's gotta be someone better, don't you think?
Alex, Matthew, nie wiem, Brian.
I don't think so. He's no Prince Charming, but there's no doubt Alex knows a thing or two about survival.
God, you just got here, and you're already on his side too? Same old shit. You know, I am sick of Claire and Olga always backing him up. Just wait. I'm so sure they're gonna blame me when the robots hear all that shouting.
Look at it this way. You guys have been holding it together for months. Most of the groups Park and I were with collapsed within a week because they lacked leadership.
Yeah. Look, Emily, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Just ask Alex about what happened to Mike when we get back. I wonder what he'll say. Fine, just forget it. But honestly, the old folks are a liability. Dead weight. You know they'll just get captured sooner or later, right? Only question is whether or not they'll drag us down with them.
What is wrong with you? Don't you care about the others even just a little? What about Olga and Vera? Or is your ego just that big?
Well, tell me I'm wrong. It's a miracle we haven't gotten into more serious trouble yet. Forget Alex for a second. What happens if the cops discover our hideout? There's no way Alex and Brian can outrun them. Park's got his asthma, and Claire's no track star either. I've been over and over it in my head, and I'm sure you have too.
What are you saying? That we should just run off? Leave them all behind? Only the strong survive. Is that it, Matt?
Oh, come on. That's not what I meant. Look, I'm sure deep down you get it.
If this is an attempt to show off your dazzling wit, it's not working. Let's just drop it, okay?
Listen, I'm not afraid to say what everyone else is already thinking. Being sick and old are liabilities. Don't pretend you don't know that.
Drop it.
Coś mi się wydaje, że Matthew chciałby rządzić. Chciałby być liderem grupy.
Finally made it. Shh! This way, quick!
Wonderful. How are we getting past these two? Maybe just go around?
Yeah, great idea, Em. If we want their friends to call for backup. If it's just a patrol, they'll move on soon. Hard to imagine what the cops are doing here. Let's wait for a bit.
Thanks.
Zapytaj o czasy przed incydentem, dowiedz się jak dołączył do grupy, zakończ rozmowę, zapytaj o rodzinę.
Sounds good. While we do, there's something I've been meaning to ask. How'd you end up here? With Brian and the rest, I mean.
Even a blind man could find their hideout, if you could even call it that.
Seriously? That's it?
Yeah. I was just walking down the street and saw some light coming from a basement window. Didn't seem like robots, so I investigated. Turns out I was right. Remember how I told you about Mike? Shortly after he joined the group, he went to look for supplies and, well, he never came back.
Really? And no one knows what happened to him? Maybe I will ask Alex about it.
Zapytaj o czasy przed incydentem.
What did you do before the incident? Can't see you behind a desk.
Well, let's just say I was in transportation and logistics. A lot of folks were willing to pay top dollar to get exactly what they wanted. What about you? Where did you work?
I was a spatial designer, creating virtual apartments, stuff like that. Did some very cool VR gaming gigs, too.
Really? Sounds like a total waste of time, to be honest.
What? No, I liked it.
Czyli po prostu była gameplayerką. Zapytaj o rodzinę.
What about your family? Were they taken too?
I never met my parents. I don't know much about them. Just that they were loaded.
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
Didn't mean to what?
You know, upset you.
Hey, no sweat. I'm used to it.
No okej. Zakończ rozmowę.
Well, it doesn't look like they're leaving anytime soon. Can we just sneak past them?
I'm sick of waiting. Okay, I have an idea. A little risky, I suppose, but I think it'll work. Trust me. See that cop car? I'm gonna make my way inside. You just need to attract the cops' attention from the other direction.
You're not serious. What am I supposed to do? Dance the salsa?
Keep it down. No, you're not gonna put on a show. Just maybe make some noise or throw something at them. Then I'll do a little, hit and run with their own aero car.
Wait, what? Are you nuts? If you're trying to impress me, this is definitely not the time.
It'll work, I promise. They won't even see it coming. The guys and I have done this 100 times before. Now let's go. Keep quiet and don't let those repair bots spot you.
No dobra.
And he's gone. Okay, you've got this. Just stay out of sight and find a way to make some noise.
Czyli muszę przejść dalej i nie dać się złapać robotom. Dobra. Ten już tutaj idzie, dlatego nie będę się wychylał. Poczekam, aż się odwróci. I wtedy przejdę dalej. No dalej, obracaj się. Okej. Wow. Dobra, schowaliśmy się za czerwonym autobusem. Mamy 2 strażników. Jeden na pewno się odwróci i za chwilę pójdzie w tył, drugi pójdzie w prawo. Więc wtedy będę mógł się schować za tym samochodem, który przypomina troszeczkę Lamborghini. Okej. No i czerwony samochód. Czerwone są najszybsze. Mogę wejść do środka. Pięknie. Ale dobra. Jeden jest odwrócony w moją stronę. Cofa się. Nie wiem, jak daleko poszedł. Powiedzmy, że jest ok. Kurde, prawie tamten nie zauważył. Ale chyba będzie dobrze. On się teraz cofa, więc ja mogę podejść pod biały samochód. Sklep z częściami elektrycznymi. Dobra, wydaje mi się, że się udało. A Matthew skradnie policyjny radiowóz. No nie wiem, czy to jest dobry pomysł. Jak go złapią, będzie kicha. Muszę rzucić butelką. Okej. Czyli jednak się udało. Plan zadziałał. Wygląda jak samochód z powrotu do przyszłości. Świetnie. Podziwiaj, gniewaj się. No nie, no będziemy podziwiać.
Okay, that was impressive. You weren't kidding about having done this before. What'd you say you did before?
Maybe I'll tell you another day, if we make it that long. We've still got business to take care of. I doubt they had a chance to call reinforcements, but I'm not sticking around to find out.
Dobra. Ten pracuś nas nie widzi. I dotarliśmy do galerii handlowej. Wyprzedaż 50%. Security.
Hi, I'm Amber. Welcome to Geek Spot. You're our first customers of the day.
Stupid hologram. Nearly shit myself.
Today is a great day to shop, with tons of special offers. Feel free to look around, and let me know if you have any questions.
It's just a hologram, so it won't call the cops. Right?
Would you like me to connect you with the police department?
No!
Okay. Give me a call if you need any help. And don't forget, we have mega discounts on 3D printers this weekend.
It's totally oblivious to the chaos outside. Anyway, what are we looking for again?
If you need help, well, since you're offering, Amber, where can we find a TSLS accumulator, gun emitter, and Jameson control unit?
Please visit the following departments: red, green, and purple.
That's helpful, thanks.
Kind words are all the gratuity I need. Let me know if you need something else.
Let's check it out. But can we not call that thing anymore? Creeps me out.
No okej. Czerwony, zielony i fioletowy. Słuchajcie, moi drodzy, w tym miejscu zakończymy ten odcineczek. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobał, aczkolwiek był troszeczkę przegadany. Mimo wszystko, mam nadzieję, że teraz będzie już lepiej. A tymczasem dzięki wielkie za uwagę, trzymajcie się i do usłyszenia. Hej!